Leaders of the G7 nations spoke by video conference today about the crisis in the Middle East. They condemned Iran for its attack against Israel yesterday and called for restraint and a diplomatic resolution. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau spoke with reporters after the call.
We unreservedly condemn Iran's ballistic missile attack against Israel. It is further destabilizing action by this terrorist regime in the region, putting civilians at risk and running the risk of a wider war.
Foreign Affairs Minister Mélanie Joly is again urging Canadians in Lebanon to leave that country while they can. Ottawa has booked hundreds of seats on flights out of Beirut. Currently, about 4,000 people have inquired about them. This morning, Defence Minister Bill Blair was asked if the military is preparing to help if needed.
We are preparing for every possibility that may be required. Right now, we're utilizing very effectively existing commercial aircraft. Almost 60 flights a day are departing from the Beirut airport, and we're helping Canadians get on those flights, and we're even contracting for some of those flights so that we have seats that are available to them. The uptake on that is steady, but not, at this point in time, overwhelming.
The government says about 300 people with ties to Canada had left on the flights by this morning. Some other foreign nationals have been allowed to buy vacant seats that Canadians aren't using. For more on the difficulties in leaving Lebanon right now, we're joined by Ferial Elkadri. She is a Canadian trying to get out with her family. She joins us from Lebanon, and I understand you're there with your husband. Ferial, I appreciate you taking the time to talk to us. I know it's been a tough few days for you. How are you doing? How are you and your family doing right now?
We're okay. A little bit scared, obviously, just because we were hit. We were hit on Monday. So since then, it's just been a little bit scary. We do have 2 young kids, so we do worry about them. And getting out is obviously very hard just because of their visa situation. So it is a little bit difficult to kind of work around that.
So I want to get into that in a second, but when you say you were hit, just tell us, what you went through.
So Monday at around 6 o'clock in the evening, I was in the kitchen, my kids were in the living room, and we heard a big strike and my kids were screaming. So I ran into the living room and I looked out of our window, and the mountain in the village across from us was just up in smokes. And then obviously you hear ambulance and airplanes, and it was just all like, everything just sort of happened at once. Like, I took my kids, I ran downstairs, my husband came home. It's just not something that I've never been through that. He hasn't either. This is their first time getting hit. Yeah, this is their first time ever getting hit here.
So your first time ever getting hit here, and then what did you and your family do?
Well, we weren't really sure what to do, to be honest with you, because at that moment we just thought they were just going to keep on hitting. So we went downstairs. We have a underground, sort of like a basement, but outside sort of thing. So just sort of, we were just kind of prepared to just kind of go down underground in case something were to happen again. Just because we've noticed that when they do hit once, they just hit, more than once. So the first thing that my mom actually called me and said, just go downstairs, because if you do get hit again, and your house collapses or something happens, then you might as well you should just go downstairs.
So you're on the move, right? Where are you now? What are you planning to do?
We are at home in the Bekaa, and our plan hopefully is to go to Jordan. That was our plan to go tonight, but the border was closed is what we heard. But I do believe we were called about an hour ago that it is open. But obviously it's pretty late now to put 2 kids in a vehicle and, drive. We have family friends that left on Monday, and they said that they were on the road for over 10 hours. So to do that to them tonight, I just can't do that to them. Hopefully tomorrow our plan is to go.
Excuse me, I understand that you told one of our producers that you feel like a sitting duck. You want to just tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah. So the other day on the news, they were saying that they were bombing different borders into Syria and stuff. So we're just kind of sitting here like, are we going to get hit again? Are we going to be able to make it out okay? I mean, I can go and my daughter can go, but my son and my husband can't go. So I was asked actually yesterday, why don't I go? And I said, well, why would I go? I can't leave them behind. So we all stick together.
And that's because you're Canadian, one of your kids is Canadian, your husband and your other kid is not a citizen, right? Is that
correct? Yes. My son was born in Lebanon, and my husband is a Lebanese citizen. And we're not getting anywhere with the embassy. I've written to them like multiple times and just nothing. So the last thing I heard was that I think they closed today, but I'm not sure if that's true.
So what are you going to do? I mean, I know you say it's too late tonight, but what are you going to do tomorrow?
Hopefully go to Jordan and be out of the situation, and maybe try the embassy in Jordan and see if we can get anywhere there.
And so how's everyone? How old are your kids?
Our son will be 2 in a couple weeks, and our daughter is 6 months.
And so we're just looking at a picture there, and so this must be stressful. This must be a stressful time.
It is. It's not just a stressful time for us. The entire area, like wherever you go, everybody's just like my husband went to the main road today, and we got some supplies just in case. Everything is just selling out quickly, so everybody is just under so much stress.
I'm sorry to hear that, and but appreciate you taking the time to talk to us. Thank you.
Thank you for talking to us. Thank you.
Ferial Elkadri.